my nettle processing video. I start out with, hold my knife on there flat and I knock these little ridges off. I've seen videos where people do it with their fingernail or whatever, but I find doing the knife, I'm just holding it flat right against it, just to knock off the high spots. And then I just do a light scraping to take this outer bark off. I didn't do this at first, but when you get done and you want to process it a little farther, and you start roughing it up, it gets really dusty, and I'm pretty certain it's this outer papery bark. You do get a little bit of fiber comes up with it, which I just leave in place. I'm trying to get as long strips as possible because I'm planning on making cordage out of it. But once you get that done, got a wooden mallet, kind of damaged carpenter's mallet. Oh yeah, and as you see, I have a small board I keep on my lap. It's getting pretty worn already. That's just starting to wear off, but I'll use that to break the nodes, flatten it out a little bit. Then I'm going to awl to start the ends with. You can use anything, a screwdriver. A lot of people just use their fingernails, and I do up to a point, but it's getting late in the season and some of these are kind of woody. They don't break too easy, but then I just kind of break the back over the edge of the board. I was cleaning the green off like that, just scraping it like that, but it doesn't take off the high spots like we have here. I didn't scrape this one all the way either, but that's how you get it to a flat state. And then I break them off just above the nodes, half, 3/4 of an inch. Every cane's a little different, but I just snap them and then put them on the board, push down with this part, and peel it off. Towards the ground, there's not a lot of fiber anyway, so I don't pay a lot of attention to that. And sometimes they come off really clean, and sometimes they don't. Every stick's a little different. See, there's some small fiber there, and when it's a lot like that, I'll peel it off, and I've got a separate container for short fiber. I've got a different use for that. But you just keep going down through, snapping them at the nodes. I know it probably doesn't show up on the camera very well because the nodes I scraped them pretty much off, but you can see them when you're doing it. And if you break off just above them, usually you can get most of it off without any woody bits being left behind. But then I just kind of saw them over the edge like that. That gets most of the woody part off right in that process, which I'll show you that a little closer up in a minute. But see, there's a little bit of wood right here. You just bend it over the edge sharply and it'll lift up and you can pop it right off. I wasn't doing that at first, and when the fiber's dry, it's really hard to get it off. You gotta kind of work at it, and at this stage it comes off very easily, so it's worth the extra time to peel it off now. Same with the scraping on the outer part. It's so much easier when it's still wet. This is totally wet. You don't want them to dry out too much because it's harder to work with, but yeah. And just continue on like that, get all the pith out of them. Then I go back through and clean off the woody bits. Get 4 or 5 of them, and bundle them up into a hoop and set them aside. Try to do a little bit each night, so it's not too much of a chore. And I'm mainly harvesting for the leaf and the seed, but while researching that, I got interested in the fiber, and I've been tinkering with that a little bit, and it makes a super strong fiber. This was an ounce of dried fiber made into 7 foot long. It was twined and then braided. Actually, no, sorry. This is just twined. But this is before I started cleaning the woody bits out, so if you look closely, there's little pieces of wood in it. It's not fine cordage by any means, but it's super strong. I haven't load tested it yet, but I know it would hold 100 pounds at least, maybe more. I'll test it, and if anybody cares, ask in the comments, and I'll let you know how strong it was. Well, that's about it. I said I'd make a video of my processing, and there it is. And here's, let's see, we gotta focus. This is what I've processed so far. I don't know how many hoops there is, but this here was a different method. It's supposed to render out a cleaner fiber, but I don't know. It's not really what I need, but for a textile, and that's, I'd have to show you another video how that was made, but there's videos on YouTube for that. That's all.